Okay, Sony, I know we're not on the best terms, but hear me out. NERDSoul. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bring you that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people, today? Oh yeah, we about to get into another wonderful episode of, well, specials. Here's why, because I'm going to be talking about my top 5 reasons that Ghostbusters Mass Hysteria should be adapted to screen. So let's roll. Now, for those uninitiated, Ghostbusters Mass Hysteria is a comic book storyline that went on during the 30th anniversary of Ghostbusters. It was written by Eric Berman, drawn by Dan Schoening. I really hope I didn't mess up your names, guys. But it's a lot of fun. It reaches back to the old storyline. It connects. It has, the original players, some new people, and it is spot on Ghostbusters. And on the comic book side, I've been reviewing all of the IDW Ghostbusters, starting with the first series and then reaching back to the other comic books. And a lot of people told me that when I read Mass Hysteria, that I would want this to be a movie. Well, you guys were right. And I'm here to make my case to Sony. Just hear me out. Here's my case of why Mass Hysteria should be adapted to film. So number 5 is that even though Ghostbusters is taking some hits lately, Ghostbusters is still a viable property. And I'm pretty sure you guys know that. That's why you made Ghost Core. That's why you haven't sold the property off yet. That's why you still have it. I'm pretty sure you might not know what to do with it. Well, since it's still viable, since the comic book is still getting rave reviews, no comic books are selling great anymore. It's not the 90s no more. But critically, it's being received well. Whether it's the Ghostbusters series, whether it's the tie-in, the annual, the Ghostbusters 101, people are enjoying it. So, since the Ghostbusters brand is still viable, this is why I think it's worth a shot. Which takes me into my number 4, which is the return of the original continuity of Ghostbusters. Now, I know you guys made a Ghostbusters movie. It was lukewarm reception, maybe at best. And one of the biggest gripes is that this was not connected to the original continuity. Well, guess what? Mass Hysteria is. Mass Hysteria actually comes on the heels of the video game, which kind of serves as the third movie. I mean, you guys know, you work at Sony, you know what you're doing. So anyway, you have your first movie. You got your second movie, you got your video game, which is the third movie, the Atari video game in like 2005. I can't remember when it came out, but anyway, you got that. And then you have Mass Hysteria. The cool thing is that the original continuity comes with the original players. You got Dana there, you got Lewis there, you got Pete, Ray, Winston, Egon, Janine, all of them, and you got a couple of people from, that's right, Extreme Ghostbusters. So even people that enjoy that cartoon can get into this. And I think that's a very, very strong selling point when you're talking about, of course, you guys, y'all are studio. So when you're talking to your investors, you're like, hey, we're going back to the original guys. We're pulling from there. That's going to help them feel at ease. And it's going to help the fans feel at ease, saying like, oh, cool, we're going back to our original guys. Cool. So that brings me up to my number 3. Since we're coming on the heels of the third movie or the video game, we get to have our cake and eat it too. And what I mean by that is that you get to keep Pete, Ray, Winston, Egon, all them guys, but since it's set back at that time, guess what you get to do? You get to recast. And we know you guys love recasting now. Before the fans get on me, I know we've had a passing in the family. It has truly hurt us. And Bill Murray has never been too keen on coming back. I know. But times must move on, and the character must outlive the actor. And in this case, whether actor or actress, the characters are able to move on. And in this case, we get to recast. So you don't have to worry about trying to get the older actors back in and worry about whether they want to do it or not, because you're going to be recasting. The only thing is, it will be tough because you're going to have to recast these archetypes of these characters and really make it work. Even if they don't look exactly the same, as long as they bring through the core character of these different people like Winston, like Ray, like Dana, I think you'll be safe. And I think it'll be okay. People will be a little rocky at first, but once they see the first clip or the first trailer, everything will be at ease. So that's my number 3. Now, before I move on and get to my top 2, because my top 2 are, they're big. They're big. But I got to remind you that you can find me at Black Hollywood Live. That's right, the first online network for African Americans. So dope. You can check them out at blackhollywoodlive.com, where they have celebrity interviews, after shows, sports talk, geek, nerd tech, and all that. And then check them out daily on YouTube at youtube.com/blackhollywoodlive. So we've gone through our number 5, which is that the Ghostbusters brand it's still a viable brand, meaning that not only can it make money, but it can be entertaining. Number 4 is that, we're reaching back to the original continuity, so we can kind of wipe away and kind of say like, hey, the movie that happened most recently is still in the future and it's in another dimension or something, so we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to crap on that or crap on this. That's safe too. And then number 3, we have that you can kind of recast and keep your same character names and keep the same attitude about the film. So my number 2 is something I know you're gonna love, which is the music. That's right, because since we're going back to the 90s, this will technically be a period piece. And I know how you guys in Hollywood love bringing back that old music. It's helping generate revenue on the soundtrack side. So this is your chance to put together your 90s best hits of, like, I guess Mass Hysteria would be going on around 94, something like that. I can't remember the year, but anyway, it would be going around in that time, so you could get your favorite, rock, your favorite, R&B, your favorite hip hop, whatever, and you could put it together around this film, your favorite, I don't know, whatever kind of music that was going on in. You'll love it. And I know you guys love putting old music in movies now. It's really working. It's doing gangbusters. So that's a business decision for y'all. I know I said that for your number 2 because I might have been losing y'all. So number 2, you get to use old music. I know y'all love using old music. So there you go. Now, my last, number 1, is just as much for you, Sony, as it is for the fans. And here's why. You have to get your original creators. You have to get the comic book team. And you have to get, I say, Max Landis together to adapt this. Here's why. Because the original creators are going to get, you get Ivan on the team and everything. You're going to get the fans in there. You get the comic book people in there as, like, say a consultant. Credit them as a consultant. Like, get Eric in there as a consultant. That's going to get the fans on your side again. Because, see, you need people on your side. Because the last time you gave us something, I don't think it was your best at bat. But, look, you're getting them on board. You're getting us back. So what you're doing, you're bringing Ivan back on. You're bringing, Eric back on, and you're bringing Max Landis back on. The reason you're bringing Max Landis back on is because you had him before. He wrote a treatment. It wasn't chosen, but when he put the treatment out, it was very well received. And that reception is what works so well for number 1, because you need, on top of all of this stuff that generates you money, you need goodwill. And that goodwill is from the fans. You want to be, right now, when you come back, you need to be the people's champ. You need to be Rocky and like Rocky 4 on this joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, people need to love you. You need to be either Rocky and Rocky 1 or Rocky 4. Like, people really need to be pushing for you to win. And these are the things that you can line up that I think will get people to push you to win. So that's my 5 reasons. Sony, holla at me. You know my email. Just, ThatNERDSoul@gmail.com or hello@ThatNERDSoul. Just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? You know where I be at. I know you watch this show every day. Hey, that's how it is. So those are my reasons. Guys, if you're watching this right now, holla at me. I'm going to holla at you. Jump down in the comments and let me know your 5 reasons why Mass Hysteria should be adapted. Or tell me I'm crazy and maybe it should not be adapted at all. But before I bounce, I got to tell you to hit up ThatNERDSoul.com. That's right. Check out all my videos right there, from the oldest, newest, latest, greatest, and all that. Then hit up shop.thatnerdsoul.com and pick yourself up a t-shirt player, especially this week, because everything is 15% off. Then come back here, like, comment, subscribe, and share that Nerd Soul. That's right. There's no better way that I can tell people that you like what you are watching. And my shout outs go to LA, what up? VA, what up? RVA, you got my heart. And please be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. And check it. For other top 5 reasons, look, if you like them, maybe I'll do them, maybe I won't. But Ghostbusters Mass Hysteria has a shot. Peace.